Hey, it's Zach, I'm ScanTheShore, and today I want to talk about the Elder Scrolls Online beta experience that I had and how I think it fares compared to some of the other MMOs coming out and also previous Elder Scrolls games. Right now, out of the gate, I want to say that I think the game it's novel. It's a really good, unique experience. It has a flavorful art design, which really separates itself from many of the cartoon games out there now and soon to be released. And also being able to loot so many things, lockpick, sneak, all the different quest paths, all of those mechanics that you enjoyed from previous ES games are here in this game, and they work well for an MMO. Personally, I think the biggest draw for the Elder Scrolls Online, it's really going to be how immersive the game is. So it uses a feasible lighting and design aesthetic to make a medieval high fantasy world that's believable and tactile. A complaint could be seen in the fact that ESO is not as immersive as previous games, but the design and mechanical sacrifices for the MMO portion of the game I think are completely warranted, and to be honest, it still very much feels like an Elder Scrolls game. It's true though, you won't be able to pick up every little thing. Physics aren't as good as the previous games, AI isn't as strong, but in the end, they're still giving us as much of an Elder Scrolls experience as you could possibly hope for in an MMO. One instance of give and take would be in the character customization. Today, with ESO, we have classes, that's new, races, sexes, and of course sliders all in between that, so it's still very much Elder Scrolls. The customization is near top-notch, except there's really this air of false complexity. There's meaningless sliders, and there's some lackluster presets, but if you consider the multiple races, the factions, then as a whole picture, the customization is actually extremely deep. Classes, though, are limited. We only get 4, but each actually has a wide assortment of playstyles, really only seen in games that lack classes altogether. So, very much like Elder Scrolls, players pick from 4 classes. So that's new, we pick from 4 classes, but from there, we can wield any weapon, wear any armor, and even all acquire similar spells based on guilds and other external sources. So this makes group play really so much fun, since you can have different lineups. It can also make solo play completely viable, since you yourself can specialize towards that goal. You can pretty much do whatever you want. But on a note about solo play, because of the open world design philosophy, you can run into, well, many quests and band together with other people spontaneously, really, to vanquish dungeons and events that may occur. Also note that there are no servers, and instead they have opted for a heavily phased gameplay experience, which means most areas should be evenly populated, and playing with friends should be easy and quick. Get on and go. This game, more than most, seems welcoming to those who enjoy playing in massive guilds, and also those who like running around without a party, solo play, and then just joining others freely, just doing whatever you want. The game seems to really go with everyone's playstyle. And since Elder Scrolls games have been all about the single-player story, some might actually prefer playing the game completely alone, and honestly the lore itself is completely worth it too. The story is actually really detailed, but also kind of to a fault. It has varying twisting storylines, which can be freely abandoned and interrupted, which in itself, that's not entirely a bad aspect. It is an open world game, and sometimes the multiplayer aspect enhances these quests, and other times it dampens their impact, but overall, I think the questing is much more fun than in more traditional MMOs. If running through the story isn't exactly your favorite thing to do, maybe you just like PvP, this game has that too. In fact, it may be a huge selling point. There is a really awesome PvP experience awaiting those who seek it. Player versus player is similar to games like Guild Wars 2 and Age of Camelot, where there are 3 kingdoms all fighting against each other in massive sieges and assaults. Expect havoc. Though, while the game has a tendency to be rather intense in some situations, such as the high player count PvP battles, the Elder Scrolls Online seems to handle all this really well. The game runs extremely well while still looking nice. Though note, the graphics have yet to be truly realized from the gameplay that you're watching in the beta, since in the beta, it had a limit on low to medium instead of being able to run on high and ultra settings with all different sorts of add-ons. But overall, I think the design was good, just a little dark. This darkness and a little bit of dullness, while improving realism, leaves a less than impactful spectacle when comparing to new MMOs coming out such as WildStar. But in my professional opinion, if you like realism over fantasy, but don't quite want to give it up either, then this game is for you. Its online functions and interactions seem perfectly worthy of a subscription, and the game's story flow is great. With a fantastic introduction, The Elder Scrolls Online really sets the tone for a good adventure, and one worthy of sharing with others. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Skyline Shore with MMO Attack. We'll be covering more Elder Scrolls content and, of course, new and upcoming MMOs, so stay tuned and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.